Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Terra Magica for an amazing new episode here. I am, as always, joined with Coaster Cat. Hello.
Hello, good to
Hel-
be back.
Yes, very good to be back. Last video you saw Coaster Cat give us a little tour of the new addition he did to the Magic Dark Forest that he literally have built everything in. I don't think I've touched that area at all yet. But I no need to because he finished it. So yes, great stuff. So
You can always delete some trees and add stuff.
yeah, but I don't want that. This is
Go on.
kind of like your
Yeah,
area.
There's lots of room to the left
Yes.
and right from all forest, so that should be fine.
Right, yes. So to today's build here, as you can see in the background already, I am kind of working out to build like some sort of a little fantasy tower situation here. And this was not really inspired by a lot of things. I just had this kind of idea I wanted to try, more or less, with like having some drawbridge, like a big drawbridge here between the two parts of the big lake. Because I was like, okay, so if we want to have a bridge here, I could just make it like crazy big so the ships will be able to sail through, or we can make it like close to the ground and just make it like some sort of a drawbridge. And then we ended up making it a drawbridge, most likely. So what you see me do right now is making the tower that's gonna hold it on and be like the big support beam here for the bridge. And this one will be duplicated on each side of the bridge, obviously, and we will have 4 of them. But I wanted to build one specific one so I could literally just duplicate it and have it done, so I didn't need to add more things to it, you know. So yeah, that was pretty much what we did here.
Yeah, I like how you started here with different levels in the walls.
Yes.
Yeah, that always adds like the detail already, and then you can fill it in later with stuff on the wall.
Exactly, as I did,
So,
more or
yeah,
less.
it's a good way to start a tower.
Yeah.
One straight up thing with just 8 levels in the. Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool idea to just do it like that, and then because then in a way I kind of like have a vision on what I want, and then it'll just make the progress easier to fill in the spots, as you say here. So really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's yeah. That also makes it more fun to continue to build when you start like that.
Yes, and I was doing a little dare here with the color scheme. Like I felt like because a lot of what we have is like a lot of the like red tiles and like bricks for the roofs and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Since we're close to the water and we're gonna maybe have this implementing and like integrating with the harbor area later on. So I was like, why don't we try color the roof blue and have a little bit more like blue? Bless you. Why didn't we just try have a little bit more blue in our colors here and in the buildings? So I thought that was neat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice too. It also reminds me a bit of the colors from the school we had. So
Yes. Yeah. Good call. I didn't even think about that.
Where the builders that made this we have studied.
Yes. And
so that's nice to make that connection. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And I was I wanted this to be like some sort of majestic part of this part here, you know, like I wanted this to be like what you see when you're walking between stuff here at the ground floor instead of being on top of the city mountain, right? So I want this to stand out a little bit more when you're like on this sort of level, and it kind of does already, especially when I saw from further away from the forest area and the wizard tower, and it really makes a good point here, like a little centerpiece in the middle of the lake and connects which will be something that will connect the two lands together, right? So I'm really excited for this whole situation here we're starting on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we can maybe start something on the other side.
Yes.
Once you get a connection, maybe you get inspired, and you know how these things go. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Like we literally just try to see where we can build and add stuff, and then we'll just take it from there, right? Like, and eventually we'll have everything settled and connected together, which is the whole goal of this. So yeah, it's really nice. I also added your ship closer to us, the one you have in the lake, just to see how it would look closer to it. So.
Oh, nice. And how it scales with the ships as well, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really cool. So.
I really like how you set this up, like with all there's so much detail again. It's just crazy, and how much pieces you're using just for this window alone.
Yeah. Sometimes I just, if I have a vision or something,
it's a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe not in the end, but for now it's a good thing.
Well, as long as we just disable all the things that are climbable things, then I think we're okay, honestly. I don't expect the Terra Magica to become like a crazy piece count like Hobbiton Zoo is, because this is way more organized still in our piece usage, depending on what I've done in Hobbiton Zoo. So I think we're pretty good. I think we're safe.
Yeah, it's running smooth till now. So
yep.
Yeah, we already have so much pieces. So.
Yeah, and today I'm also adding like a good bunch of it, as you can see here. And this is not even the part where I'm using the most. But it's still the ropes and chains and stuff I use later on in this video. So, but I don't know how heavy they are on the polygons and etc. in this game. I mean, everything else in this game just runs a lot better than Planet Coaster.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, that's a huge plus side for Planet Zoo.
So to talk about a person that was gonna help us in this project is Dandy Chickens here, and as you can see, he made us already a amazing statue. This was not meant for this build at all. Not even. He made this, and we were gonna have this placed around in the city, and it was gonna be one of the founders of Terra Magica, which it still is. But having it on this tower here was completely just something I was like improvised. I was like, I wonder how that actually would look with these guys. How is the scaling? And then after I added it, I was like, okay, I cannot unsee this now. This have to be done.
Yeah, it fits perfectly. Yeah. You know what I like about Danny is how he can use these small pieces to actually make a good scaled statue.
Yes.
Because I have made statues in, for example, Planet Coaster, but they're always so big.
Yeah.
That's what he really does so well, he can scale it as well.
He's really good at that, and he's just good at making statues in general, like.
Because I wonder how much pieces this little statue is actually. I don't know if you can.
I think they were like about 340 something per statue. Like I couldn't make the whole building a blueprint with the 4 statues on. That's all I know.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But here you can see I'm slowly starting to finish off the tower here now before I start to duplicate it and start making the big chains to make it like this drawbridge kind of. And yeah, it just works really well, and I just love the whole mix of all these different types of pieces I'm using here. Like I think I'm getting pretty good with using different textures and getting it to look superior in a way, I guess, instead of using the same pieces over and over again on a build. It just stands out a lot more when you do it like that.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, use a lot of pieces here from different packs as well, and
yeah,
it works well together. It's
It really
fun
does.
also to do some trial and error with that. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't.
Oh yeah, I had plenty of
And
this.
it's a good thing to do because then you learn. Oh, I can use this piece next time for this, and yeah.
Yes,
For
exactly.
example, when in my last build we saw the birdhouse, right? And I was looking for a chimney.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything until I saw the African pots, and then I just stacked a few on top of each other, and it was a chimney, you know? Yeah.
I mean, you just sometimes, as you say, just don't overthink it. Just think what you think it's nice of using a piece, and then eventually everything will work its way. Like maybe you have to go through 5 pieces to find the perfect piece, but it'd be like that sometimes. So adding some banners here, as you can see, and then I'm adding this sort of gate towards the building here too, to get that super nice fantasy medieval sort of atmosphere in here. And it actually works very well like this too, and I was really happy for the whole result here. And as you can see, this is kind of like the main situation, the main tower here I'm gonna use. And then for the rest of the video, we're mostly seeing me work on the bridge area, which I took a lot of time and effort into kind of like plan out in a way. This was literally just everything that just popped up into my head of what I could do here to make this look reasonable and somewhat doable in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like,
yeah,
you need to find the pieces that, like, it needs to be a bridge, so you need to
exactly.
find some way for people to notice that it's a working, it's a drawing bridge, so it needs to have some mechanics.
Exactly, and I
Yeah,
just
you need to find the pieces for that to make it happen.
yeah. So talk
understand.
about trial and errors here, because I was like sitting for a long time, also figuring out the whole suspension part of the bridge, and like how is this even like? Can you even make this like look like it could actually work out? And I feel like I kind of did it good by adding like lots of contraptions, lots of like mechanics that like feels like you are actually, it can actually get pulled up, like you can see me working on here, like a little wheel situation. So you can actually use this.
Yeah, this is nice. I like how you think of all the details.
Yes.
Really nice. Yeah.
It took some time to finish all of it out, and then also like some places I was more or less about like, you know what, the concept is there, so why add more to it now, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then I had to
Sometimes,
yes,
sometimes enough is enough, you know?
yeah, exactly.
They always say less is more or more is less, but sometimes enough is enough.
Exactly. And you can see I kind of removed the statues on this side here, and it's kind of nice too, because then not everything is the same, and it feels like it's more organized this way. Like they built this because of they had to have these mechanics hanging, so they had to spare out the statues on this side, you know.
I can imagine you actually did some research on like real ones.
Well,
Medieval.
I like bridges just in general, and they're so fun to build too. I've always liked to build them.
Yeah.
I've mainly just like I make a mix of bridges. Like it can be like a mix of a suspension bridge and just a normal one, as I've kind of like done here today, more or less, right? As you can see here, I'm adding the rope situation now here too, and that one was a tricky part, because how can I make this look like it can actually be how do you say, like scrolled in, like turn in, so it actually goes into a sort of a contraption as well, like a mechanism that functions like this too. It was tricky, but you can see
I can imagine. Yeah.
but you can see I kind of like ended up doing like some rope support thing, as you see, like a little bit on ships and stuff, like in the sails, etc. And I honestly kind of think it works like that. It's a pretty cool way of doing this, and Some of them is attached to the bridge too, but I feel like with the pole, the ropes will still attach to the bridge, and it will still get pulled up. Not necessarily of having to get completely rolled into the rope contraption, as you can see here, right? So it was just a little bit of a headache, but I'm very, very satisfied with how it turned out. And I honestly think this is one of my coolest additions so far to Terra Magica. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, man, and I appreciate the effort you're putting into this.
Thank you,
I
man.
mean, you could have just said it's a Drawbridge and say like a wizard makes Drawbridge grows up. Yeah.
I mean, I could be that lazy and just say that, right? I'll just be like Sesame, open up, just be like, bridge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do your thing. No, but
this is great, man. I love it. I love the effort you put into this. I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really, really cool addition. And as you can see here now, I'm just trying to put in a little bit more heavy weight to the bridge, so a lot of these contraptions I've done kind of like makes more sense, you know, and also get it away so you don't see all those things from the bottom of the bridge. Kind of like hit them away, the whole contraption part. So, but it's also been such a fun build so far. Like, I had really fun building this. It was nice. So, yeah.
That's always the most important, to have fun. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't forget that effort.
Yeah. So here I was also like, I gotta add the last piece here, like some sort of little contraption that also pulls from this situation here, because it just looks weird having the ropes towards to the bridge. Then the contraption or the whole thing doesn't really work in that sense, you know? So I felt that I needed to add a little bit more things here to make it pop up better, and after that it just looks like a freaking cool fantasy bridge, you know, like it's just what I wanted to have it looking like. So I was really happy for this. As you can see here, just making it look a little bit pretty here, connecting it to the other bridge, so you can kind of see that they're a little bit disconnected from each other with a little space between, you know, and trying to make everything look nice and real, so nothing kind of like goes in the way of the whole way they turn around. I also try to make space for that as well. So as you can see, adding a between rope here as well with a little knot on top. I really went crazy with this one.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But that's how it is sometimes, you know. You're feeling it. So getting it a little bit more counterparts here to the bridge too, to make it feel like it's a little bit more heavy, you know, as you can see here. So it gets a little bit of a...
It's nice. You really thought of everything, man. Good job.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was saying. Like, I really went all aboard on this drawbridge here, and I never want to go back and do anything on it now.
No, I can understand.
It's perfect. It's perfect. So
might be cool though, like to make a little carriage or something that goes on it or something.
I was thinking too, but maybe I could do that later on, like just for a cinematic purpose. We can always try to have the bridge going up and then have a ship going through, but that can be for a later.
Yeah.
Because all that rope work was literally a freaking headache. Like, that's not something you want to repeat twice, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that, yeah.
So, but it was just a cool thought I had, like, while I was building it. Like, you can make two different types of it. One that's open and one that goes, like, just closing it. And then for whatever purpose we want, we can do some fun stuff with it. But that's for future. That's for the future. We're slowly going towards the end here. But before we are that, I want to also say, in the cinematics, you'll see this amazing sea serpent statue, waterfall, that is in front of this build I done today. And that is also from Danny Chickens. He's really pumping these out for us very quick, and he is on a groove as well. And we will make sure to show all of them in the next video, where we're gonna walk around a bit again. But just for now, enjoy the cinematics of his amazing statue. Yes, when you come there. But that's just a quick thing I wanted to say. And as you can see here at the end, just trying to make this area look a little bit nice. And then behind these walls here, we can always do a lot of foliage and etc. towards the lake area, the river area. So just preparing some stuff and putting in some banners here at the end, and then we're pretty much done. Yeah. So that's the thing for today. Boom. There you go.
Nice.
Yes, I absolutely love this.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yes. It's a very cool addition to Terra Magica, and I can't wait to continue this project here. It's so fun, man. So.
Yeah, definitely. Damn, that serpent is cool. Oh, was a serpent, not a dragon.
It's a sea serpent, kinda. Yeah, I thought it was cool to have it next to the water here.
I did sea serpent dragon. Okay, hybrid.
Yes, it's perfect. So, friends, hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think. Yeah, and we'll see you in our next Terra Magica video, which will be here soon as well.
Yeah, just one last thing I want to say. Thank you, Dandy. The statues are awesome, man.
Yes, they are absolutely incredible.
Keep them coming, right?
Yes, exactly. So enjoy the last cinematics here, friends. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.